I'm back. I wanted to add a couple of there's too many here, other cards, because I've got them here. I was so excited by your reading I didn't cap it, so this is a little bonus for anyone who wants to stay. Six of Cups, that's lovely. Get in touch again. This is talking about this youthful energy of the sun and the Fool. You know, get in touch with what it is you loved when you were a kid. I think this really is where your genius lies at the moment. Reconnect to those pure, more optimistic sides to yourself. It's going to be a very happy journey if you do that. Oops, that's too many. Excuse me. Okay, we've got one here. Portrait of Albert. Let's have a look and see what he says. So this is a deck by, excuse me, this is a deck by the wonderful Rachel Pollock, and it is a 78 card tarot deck, but she also has a couple of four extra cards. So these are very short and they're at the front, and this is called Portrait of Albert. I don't know them very well. They're new to me. Let's have a look. She's got, so there's Bright Through Nobility, Spirit Major Arcana. Look at that. Okay, this is who we're talking about. Albert is the name of my animal guardian, a red fox. Check my nails sometimes. A red fox who revealed himself to me in the workshop I co-led with the wonderful Joanna Gargiulo Sherman, creator of the Sacred Rose Tarot. The guardian both accompanies us on our journeys in the realm of spirit and guards and helps us to be in very practical matters. So accompanies us on journeys in the realm of the spirit. We've been talking about journeys, and keeps us safe in practical matters. This, to me, is an example of what the major arcana should be, a connection to spiritual realms, but also something real in our lives. The name Albert means bright through nobility. Getting this card means a sense of protection and the ability to ask for and receive help. Bright through nobility, and that's what's written on his back. But so ask for and receive help. If you do feel stuck or a bit nervous about all of this kind of expansive energy, maybe there's a guardian, you've got a guardian spirit, maybe that's something that you could work with as well. Maybe the word Albert, the name Albert, or nobility, bright through nobility, relates, and somebody could understand that as well, I'm not sure. And here we've got the Three of Challenges. So this is the Three of Swords. Have you been through a very, very tough time recently? It's such a different energy. Well, I was thinking it's such a different energy from everything else here, but actually there is a lot of swordy energy. And it's interesting when we see the Six of Cups with these two happy children, and then these two, Hansel and Gretel, or being left in this fairy tale by their father in the forest. Absence, delay and separation, this means. Maybe there's been a big absence, delay and separation from that kind of childhood idyll, or maybe things weren't, there were tinges of something quite difficult for you to deal with in your childhood, which makes it hard for you, which makes you get up in your head when you're confronted by this childlike and excitable energy of the sun and the Fool. It could be that's interesting. This is a whole new so let's take on things, but let's have a look. The threes. Three of Challenges. Betrayal, a heartless decision, an abuse of trust, a stupid and unnecessary drastic action. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe that's why you don't like taking risks very much, and this is how you can be kinder to yourself. Maybe there's a resistance to that kind of taking a risk, a drastic action, because there is an element of that with the Knight of Swords. Everyone involved is hurt. Maybe somebody in your childhood or something from a very young side of yourself felt hurt by that kind of action. So basically, a very poor man has left his son and daughter far into the forest. At home, it will be slow starvation. Perhaps among the wild beasts, their end will be quicker. It's a desperate story, this, for quite a light deck. This is a terrible moment. It's a moment when a father abandons his children. The children are puzzled, but they trust him. They will wait here for his return. It's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, and I'm really sorry if this is true to anybody, that you've had that kind of story, or this relates to you in any way, or you relate to it. You've probably heard a tale like this before. Alas, there have been many children abandoned in the enchanted forest. In the stories, they frequently do quite well for themselves, but the brutal betrayal is not easily overcome. This card signifies a hardening of emotions and a fateful decision made in a moment of weakness and fear. It's a warning to protect yourself and also cautions against hurting others. There are many kinds of betrayal and many ways to break your own heart. Gosh, it's a very heavy message, and I just wonder whether that is why this Five of Swords jumped in the middle. What was his position again? Let me just double check. Number 3, in what areas are there room for improvement? It's that kind of energy of sort of a harsh decision, a harsh battle, a drastic action, hardening of emotions and fateful decisions made in a moment of weakness or fear. Okay, so that's why the portrait of Albert's turning up, your guardian spirit, the idea of a guardian spirit, and nobility. Nobility, what's he called? Brightness through nobility. Remember your nobility. If you've been betrayed like this as a child, if your inner child has been through this kind of journey, this is putting a much more complex layer onto this reading, but it looks to me a little bit like you're reclaiming your inner child now, the innocence of that kind of optimism which might have been betrayed, or parts of yourself that might have been betrayed, needs to come back online. Gosh, very somber energy. Let's see, we've got 2 more decks to pull from, and then a charm, and then we'll be over with this, but hopefully that will be helpful. Any other comment on this reading? The moon. Gosh, all the sadness is coming out now. And again, this figure, these 2 that could be that brother and sister. It's interesting. Normally you only see one person in the moon. No, you don't see anyone in the Rider-Waite moon. What am I thinking? This is 2 people with the moon crying, and the wild wolf and the dog looking rather confused and startled. So yeah, there's been a lot of sadness somewhere here. The moon, the counterpart to the sun. That's why you need to bring out this optimism. You need to get it online. But I've got 3 cards now in front of me. I'll show you that have all got that pair in them, and I'm seeing them as the children. And so there is a bit of inner child work maybe to be done. Something to do with shadow work around your childhood, some sort of sense of abandonment. And again, that Six of Cups reminds me so much of the story of the... Oh, I left some of the cards here. Of the Secret Garden by Frances Hobson Burnett. And that was a story of children who become quite damaged and sort of fractious through abandonment. So maybe there is an element of you that's been a bit like that, and I'm sorry, but it looks as if this lovely optimism is coming back. I love it. And finally, we've got, from the cards, we've got the High Priestess. Use your intuition on how to heal this. You're still on your journey here. You're very intuitive. You've got that. We see that in the Fool and the Sun. There's a lot that you've got that you have as support in this journey, so don't worry too much. But it's just, I suppose, that this side of you needed to be acknowledged. And then we've got this beautiful Grail cup. Something that's been missing from this reading is the cups. Well, we've got the Six of Cups. That's what's just come out, actually. But prior to that, yeah, and the birds agreeing. So it's saying, yeah, this is about getting that beautiful balance with your inner child, with your nostalgia, with your peace towards your things that you've loved in the past, but also healing what's in the past. Here's your Grail cup. This is your journey. Drink deeply from that kind of love, and go on that kind of quest, because I think that would be very good for you. Thanks for sticking around for the extra bit. See you soon.